Okay, let's start with the dad jokes. I'm going to stop that right here. But this is so cool. This is a race car simulator in the Microsoft Ignite Hub. And look at our drivers. We have Caruana and we have Jaros. Now, this is Michael Robson who's joining us to talk to us about this. Michael, what is this and how does it work? Why is it here?
Why is it here? Well, we're here to showcase Fabric's real-time intelligence capability. And what you can see here, we've got a couple of Xboxes going on. They're broadcasting all the data. We've got a couple of apps running here that are capturing all of that data, and they're moving it up into the cloud. And if you look across over on the right-hand side here, you can see all that data coming in live as they're doing that race. And then we're taking all the races through a bit of post-race analysis to see how they get on, how they can improve as drivers using Power BI. All of this is happening in Fabric.
That's kind of cool. Are you sure it's not an excuse just to play video games?
There's also that.
There's also that, yeah. So what are the top times and from this data analysis, because we know data analysis is supposed to help people get better, what are the top tips that you found from this?
Well, I'll tell you, what's been interesting about this is people are getting incredibly competitive. You can see the queue we've got here. Now, yesterday, we had a couple of guys who are professional esports racers.
Oh.
Right? And then we had another guy who was legitimately a professional race driving instructor.
Oh, wow.
He clocked a time of 2 minutes 15. No one's come close to that.
I was going to say, is that the top time?
That is the top time.
Okay.
Which is pretty awesome.
That's yeah, I mean, I want to stop using the word awesome, but this is fun. And I just want to see, do we know if Caruana or Jaros is winning? I don't know, but I want to say, can I try it myself? But I'm going to have to wait for them to finish. But so what happens for all this data analysis whilst Caruana and Jaros are racing? What's actually happening?
Yeah, so as I say, we're taking that data from these apps, pushing it into Azure, just going into Fabric's real-time intelligence database. And this is huge because we use this as our time series database. A lot of our automotive customers, even Formula One, are starting to use this capability to analyze data in real time as it happens. And then, so as we collect that data over time, what we then do is use Power BI to analyze that. So we're looking at all the telemetry. How fast did you take that corner? Did you need to brake a little bit earlier? Did you need to accelerate a little bit faster? And then really analyzing every detailed piece of telemetry to help people improve their lap times.
That is actually fascinating. Are there any, of course we've looked at the racing here, but what other ways can you apply this technology that you've seen customers use?
Well, we see this quite a lot. We see it obviously in automotive, but manufacturing as well, looking at real-time analytics coming from manufacturing machines to look for downtime. So that helps with things like predictive analytics. There's another really good use case for that. And there's all sorts of streaming scenarios for live data that are really critical.
Yeah. So of course, unfortunately, not everyone is here with us in Chicago. So is there anything in terms of that data analysis piece that our viewers who are tuning in from home can look at or learn more about what we're doing here?
Yeah, well, if you were here, we can go to room 190B at 2:30. There's a session, so that can be attended. And obviously, we've got loads of material on how we can think about data analysis. There's a great piece of work that's called the Custo Detective Agency.
Oh, I know of the Custo Detective Agency.
That's the language we're using here, and you can use that to teach yourself the Custo real-time analysis language in a really fun and engaging way.
So funny, I probably didn't mention this before we had a chat before, but I used to work on the Microsoft Sentinel team, so I've done a lot of KQL. So if you're already using Defender or Sentinel, or because there's a lot of KQL everywhere.
And that's what people don't realize sometimes is that we call it real-time intelligence, we've branded it that, but the capability, the technology, is a direct result of all of our security investments, log analytics. Yeah. I always joke that if it wasn't for this technology, Azure wouldn't work. Because everything that we do in Azure is driven from this capability.
Oh, so people can go learn Custo. Are there any other resources you'd recommend folks checked out?
Obviously, the docs page is good. It's good MS Learn stuff. This code, by the way, will go on GitHub. So if you want to actually do this, you can just take the code from there and just play with it yourself.
Oh, nice. I don't suppose off the top of your head, I'll put you on the spot.
Right.
Do you happen to know the name of the repo?
Okay. Well, one of our colleagues, you'll have to search for this one. Clemens Vastas, shout out to Clemens and our engineering team, who built a lot of this for one of our automotive customers. Yeah. He's put some code up in his GitHub repo. Just look for the Forza Bridge GitHub repo and you'll find that content. Cool. Right, so
How long does this normally take, one of these races?
Well, given that our best laps are sort of 2:15.
Yeah. What's the average?
I think it's looking like, if you look at the board over there, you can probably just see it. Roughly 2:20, 2:18 is kind of where people are coming.
Okay. I like to ask this as well.
Yeah.
Have we ever had any complete disasters? Have we had any rage
Yes.
quits?
Yes.
Oh, wow, we have.
We've had at least 2 people who flipped the car upside down,
Oh, okay.
which is quite impressive.
That is, especially because it's not real.
Yes.
Can you recover from that? In fact, what does that show? In the analytics?
Yeah, it just shows like speed, stop. That's pretty much.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. That's actually still quite impressive, though, right?
Yeah, we capture everything.
So, I mean, obviously. Oh, I think Caruana has won.
Woo!
Caruana has
303.
won. Hooray! I'm just going to start narrating this like it's a racing thing. Pole position to Caruana, who made a total lap time. Oh, I can't.
And we didn't get a finish.
And Joe Rose there. I don't know if we can get the camera on that. Joe Rose has crashed. Joe Rose has crashed. So, yeah, there you go.
Expensive mistake.
Yeah, that's an expensive mistake. Well, we've had a lot of excitement here. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Caruana and Joe Rose. Thanks for joining us here down at the racing car booth. And I'm going to have a go now, except there's quite a big line, and I probably should wait. And I don't know if they're going to let me. So thanks for joining me.
Thank you.